Hi and welcome to the dugout. We had a crazy game today. England versus South Africa. Record run chase. World Cup record run chase, sorry. And once again, like probably one of the games of the tournament so far. What do you make of that game?
I think crazy, as you rightly summed it up. It was a brilliant game. The ball was flying over the ropes, hitting the boundary ropes. The batsmen were doing all sorts of things, like astonishing things. You know, they were getting down on one knee, hitting Yorkers, reverse scooping Yorkers to over third man. So it had everything. I think Wankhede crowd, neutral spectators would have got their money's worth today.
Perfect game for them.
Yeah, so I think it was brilliant. It was brilliant for batsmen from both the teams. For South Africa, starting with JP Duminy, then you had a De Kock, then you had a Amla.
Starting with De Kock,
350s, and then again with England starting the chase with a bang. You know, Jason Roy, 16 ball, 43.
Doing a De Kock and doing a De Kock better than a De Kock.
3-4 times better than a De Kock. You know, because A, it was in a chasing cause. B, the chase was more than 220 runs. So it was no easy task with the kind of innings he played. That too against the likes of Dale Steyn, you know, hitting him for 23 in an over. That was some feat.
That's what started the momentum going in England's way itself. In fact, I wonder like if South Africa's probably feeling a sense of deja vu because the previous record run chase, I mean the other record run, the current record run chase is 236. Right?
236,
by West Indies against South Africa. So some sense of deja vu for them as well.
I think it's South Africa always have been on the receiving end of not so good things, you know. They would have felt job well done at the halfway mark.
Who wouldn't?
After losing the toss because they were predicting due to play a role and they basically countered that situation by posting a total in excess of 220. But then after that, you know, the kind of bowling which happened and the way England played, you know, full marks. Full marks too, I mean, taking nothing away from the way South Africa batted, I think full marks to batsmen from both the teams today.
And a crazy last over as well. In fact, this is probably what you expect out of a T20 match, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, T20 is built of such little moments. A run out, a close shout. The last over from Rabada had everything. It was like revisiting that 99 World Cup semi-final Australia versus South Africa over and over again. Only that South Africa were on the other end this time around.
They're on the other end this time around as well. I mean, like, so to speak, like in the result wise as well.
So it was a complete T20 game. Leaving apart the way bowlers bowled today.
Speaking of the way the bowlers bowled, actually the spinners did. It's proof that this World Cup's got something for the spinners, right? Because only the spinners did well anything in this game. The two England spinners going at around 8.5 an over, and obviously Imran Tahir doing even better than that in a match where the team with the bowling went at 12 plus an over. Going at 8 is quite a good job.
I think that's a remarkable job. That's like man of the match performance for me. You know, 4 overs, 28 runs, just slowing it down in the middle overs, then only to see your seamers getting dispatched to all parts of the park. But then this tournament, as you rightly pointed it out, has been of the spinners so far. Starting from the New Zealand game, then we saw against in the Pakistan-Bangladesh game, then again in the afternoon game between Australia and New Zealand. So spinners will play a role, and because you know the shorter boundaries, you know, the more the pace you get on the ball, it's easier to hit. Because if the ball turns, it becomes difficult. That's what Rashid showed today. The ball was turning away from AB de Villiers. He hit him for a couple of sixes, but then he miscued one.
It's gonna happen.
Tahir did a brilliant job today, but you know South Africa would have wanted a couple of wickets from him because in the middle overs, had he got a couple of them, you know, it could have been different.
Exactly. Like you can take like 2 wickets in the final over, but it's too late by that time.
Right.
What does it mean for England? Because at least for South Africa, it's the first game they lost their first game. They should have won it, but I'm sure they'll be able to bounce back. England, they lost a game. They may have thought they would have won against West Indies. Bounced back brilliantly today.
I think for South Africa, it's a very difficult game to come back from. Because you know this team, they already have the C tag. If you shouldn't repeat again, it's already playing up on their end. It always does in an ICC tournament. You know, no matter how much they deny it in pre-match pressers, post-match pressers, it's always there at the back of their mind.
The reason we talk about it is because it's in the back of their mind.
Always, you know, no matter how much they deny that. And after that, you know, putting up about 229 runs in 20 overs, and then still ending up on the losing side rather convincingly because England just ran away with this chase.
The last was an exception. They were never out of it before then.
So by the time Joe Root got out, the chase was done and dusted. So it does land a psychological blow on South Africa and will take some doing for them, you know, to bounce back from this. And for England, I think it's a very good win early in the tournament again because against West Indies, it was just Gale separating them and the win. But now today they were good, but they would definitely want to do better with the ball now.
Especially their pacers.
You know, the likes of Chris Jordan and all. He is known to produce Yorkers at the death, but at the start they need some consistency from him as well.
Yeah. Fair enough. So that's our take on the England-South Africa game. Do let us know what you thought about it and keep watching the dugout.